Another protocol pinged. The responding sec team lead, termination timestamp. Precise to the second, 20 minutes later. Their hover support veered off path, slamming into a power relay. Sparks erupted. Screams cut short by exploding bio-containment fields. Everything blurred after that, like my neurons were fraying. I resigned the next day. Harlan's partner messaged he'd collapsed en route home from neural cascade failure and experimental augmentation. The others followed. Obituaries listed biotech complications, every name from those protocols. I've been a biopreservation tech and a turn a corpse, resting fields for 4 years. 60 acres of gleaming cryovaults stretch out here, where the wealthy pay to have their bodies gene-spliced and suspended, promising resurrection when the tech finally catches up. Old money families, tech moguls, they're all betting on biotech to cheat death. The vaults hum like living things, pumping neural stabilizers and splice stem cells into the cadavers. Night shift suits me. It's quiet, with no chatter from the living, just the soft whir of life support systems and the occasional glitch in the augmentation feeds. The dead don't judge, or so I thought. In dreams, no memories, I float in those vaults myself, staring at the sky through gel, waiting for the next shift to splice the world anew. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. My supervisor, Dr. Harlan, uploads the protocols before clocking out. That Thursday started standard. 3 vaults in Sector G to prep for incoming clients. Gene infusions, neural mapping, the works. By midnight, I'd spliced 2, injecting hybrid DNA sequences to preserve neural integrity. Heading to the 3rd, my neural implant buzzed. Urgent protocol from the admin system. Vault G51. Activation Friday, 10 a.m. Subject David Reese. My vitals spiked. Same name, same ID code, birth date, exact, death stamp, yesterday. A glitch, I told myself. Return a corpse systems were cutting edge, but hacks happened. Corporate rivals splicing viruses into the net. But the emergency contact, my mother's Neuralink. I pinged Harlan, no response. The admin hub stayed silent at 1 a.m. Heart pounding, I sliced my implant with the vault's feed and rolled my hover card over to G51. The vault was primed, seals humming, infusion tubes pulsing with glowing biofluid. The display flickered, subject prepped, augmentation phase initiated. Inside the translucent pod, a body floated in suspension gel. My body. Same scar on the left arm from a lab accident last week. Eyes open, staring blankly, veins threading from iridescent spliced filaments. I staggered back, my implant glitching, flashes of code scrolling across my vision. The body twitched, a finger curled. Then the protocols flooded it, one after another, pinging my implant relentlessly. Harlan, the admin tech, regular inspectors, all flagged for terminal augmentation, death projections in days. Vault assignments locked. I severed the implant link, yanking the neurojack from my temple. Blood trickled warm down my neck. I had to get out. Lights flickered in Section M, infusion pumps activating. A figure hunched over a console. Harlan's silhouette. But his movements were jerky, limbs elongating unnaturally, skin rippling like something crawled beneath. I shouted his name. No answer. Just a wet, gurgling wheeze. Then more pumps whirred to life across the fields. Vaults unsealing with hisses of escaping gas. As I fled past Sector G, I glanced at the pods I'd prepared. 2 empty. Gel dripping from open lids. Mine wasn't. The body inside convulsed, splicing tendrils burrowing deeper into its flesh. My flesh. It pressed a hand against the glass, palm smearing bioslime, mouth opening in a silent scream. I blinked. Empty again, just swirling gel, locked in the maintenance bay. I triggered the emergency beacon to CorpSec. While waiting, I hacked the surveillance feed through my implant, ignoring the growing itch under my skin. Pumps running autonomously, no operators. Vaults birthing, things, shapes slithering out, limbs fused with biochemical graphs, eyes glowing from neural overclocks. Another protocol pinged. The responding sec team lead, termination timestamp. Precise to the second, 20 minutes later. Their hover support veered off path, slamming into a power relay. Sparks erupted. Screams cut short by exploding bio-containment fields. Everything blurred after that, like my neurons were fraying. I resigned the next day. Harlan's partner messaged he'd collapsed en route home from neural cascade failure and experimental augmentation. The others followed. Obituaries listed biotech complications, every name from those protocols. 3 weeks gone. Mom and I fled the grid, severing all links to NeuralCorp. I fried my implant with an EMP pulse. But that vault protocol haunts me. According to it, I terminated yesterday. Augmentation complete Friday morning. I skipped it. So I'm a ghost in the system. Already spliced? Dead? Lately dreams claw at me. Floating in gel, filaments threading my veins, staring at a mirrored self that's not quite right. And an itch. Deep inside, like something's waiting to hatch. It started small. A twitch in my finger during dinner. Mom didn't notice. I laughed it off. Stress from the escape. But that night, alone in our dingy off-grid bunker, the itch bloomed. Skin on my arm prickled. I scratched, drawing blood. Underneath, a faint glow pulsed. Veins shifting, threading with something alien. I stared in the mirror, watching a capillary writhe like a worm. Eternacorp. They weren't just preserving. Rumors I'd ignored, black site experiments, gene splicing not for revival but control, turning bodies into vessels for what? Corporate overlords, rogue AI, biocode, something older, unearthed from deep sec DNA archives. I dug into the darknet forums before we went dark. Whispers of Project Chimera, augmentations that linked minds to a hive, fail-safes that activated on death or perceived death. If the system flagged you, it rewrote you from inside. My protocol wasn't a glitch, it was initiation. By dawn, the twitch spread to my hand, fingers curling involuntarily, joints popping with wet cracks. I bound it with tape, but the skin stretched, translucent now, revealing fibrous strands weaving through muscle. Mom slept. I couldn't wake her. Not yet. I scavenged our supplies for a neural scanner, scavenged all of my old kit, plugged it in, winced as it interfaced with the scar at my temple. Scan results. Anomalous growth, biosynthetic origin, Eternacorp proprietary sequence. It was in me. It'd been for years. Routine health boosts at work, mandatory injections, vaccines they called them, lies. The scanner glitched, hallucinations flooded in, vaults opening everywhere, bodies rising, spliced with insectoid limbs, tentacular graphs pulsing. They shambled towards me, faces melting into grotesque parodies. Harlan's eyes bulging from sockets too wide, admin tech's mouth splitting into mandibles. I ripped the scanner free, breath ragged, but my visions lingered, overlaying reality like a failing augmented overlay. Outside, a hum, distant but growing. Drones, Eternicorp retrieval teams. We had to move. Packing, frantic, my arm rebelled. Hand clutched into a fist, nails digging into palm, blood welled. But it shimmered, iridescent, laced with microfilaments. "Mom!" I gasped. "We go now!" She stirred, eyes widening at my arm. "David, what?" No time. I grabbed her and bolted into the night. The bunker was hidden in abandoned industrial sprawl, but they found us fast. Sky lit with search beams, not drones, but biohybrids, winged abominations, gene spliced from avian and human stock, screeching as they dove. One landed nearby, talons scraping concrete. His face a twisted merger of beak and lips, eyes human but vacant. "Rise," it croaked, voice modulated through vocal cords not meant for speech. Protocol incomplete. I shoved a bomb behind debris and swung a scavenger pipe. It connected with its skull. Crunch of bone, biotech. The thing spasmed, leaking gel fluid, but rose again, limbs reforming with squelching pops. Run. We zigzagged through ruins, my legs burning, but the itch spread. Chest now, ribs shifting under skin, breathing hitched, lungs filled with phantom pressure. Mom tripped. I hauled her up, but her face paled. "David, your eyes!" I caught my reflection in shattered glass, pupils dilating unnaturally, irises flecked with glowing specks. The hybrids closed in, more descending in a flock of horrors. One grabbed Mom, talons piercing her shoulder. She screamed. Rage surged. My bound hand tore free, fingers elongating into claws. Spliced instinct taking over. I lunged, slashing the creature's throat. Biofluid sprayed, acidic burning my skin, but it healed. They all did. We broke through to an old sewer grate and dove in, splashing into fetid water. The hybrids circled above, shrieks echoing deeper into the tunnels. My body betrayed me further, spine arching with cracks, vertebrae fusing into something armored. Pain lanced through me, but strength followed. Unnatural. Mom wheezed, her wound festering. "They did this to you." "Not just me," I muttered. The protocols had her name next. Flag for familial integration. We emerged in a derelict subway, collapsed tracks leading nowhere. Huddled there, I bandaged her with rags, but my hands trembled, claws retracting, skin slouching in patches, to reveal a scaled underlayer. Hallucinations intensified, neural links firing errant. Visions of Eternicorp's core, vast underground labs, vats bubbling with primordial ooze, scientists and suites overseeing the mergers of human and extinct genomes, dinosaurs, deep-sea horrors, cosmic bacteria sequenced from meteorites. Project Chimera, not control, evolution, forcing humanity into a new form. The wealthy preserved as test subjects, their bodies hosts for alien splices, failures discarded, successes eternal but monstrous. And me, infected long ago. The vault wasn't for burial, it was an activation chamber. My death, a trigger. Mom's breathing shallowed, infection spreading. Talon would bubble with foam. I held her. "Fight it," She smiled weakly. Too late, son. Her skin rippled, eyes glazed, then a convulsion, body arching, limbs twisting with wet snaps. From her wound, tendrils erupted, weaving into her flesh. No, she lunged, no longer bomb, mouth unhinged, teeth elongated. Join the sequence! I shoved her back, heart shattering, and fled deeper into the dark. Alone now, body fully betraying me, torso bloating, organs shifting. I clawed at my chest, fingers piercing skin, and pulled out a writhing mass of filaments connected to my heart. It pulsed, alive, a Turnicorp seed. Tunnels twisted into surreal labyrinths, walls pulsing like veins, floors sick with bioslime, hallucinations, or reality bleeding. Shapes pursued, not just hybrids, but abominations. A thing with multiple heads, spliced from vault failures, moaning names from protocols. Harlan's face among them melted into a mass of eyes. I fought, claws rending flesh that regrew, but exhaustion clawed deeper. I collapsed in a chamber, bioluminescent fungi illuminating the horrors. My reflection in a puddle, face distorted, jaw protruding, skin mottled with grafts. The hum returned, louder from inside. Final protocol pinged. Impossible, with my implant fried, but it echoed in my mind. Augmentation complete, integration phase. My body seized, limbs contorting, bones liquefying, then reforming. Pain beyond scream. A neural firestorm. Visions cascaded on a cosmic scale. Eternicorp had unearthed something in Antarctic ice. Ancient biocode, not of Earth. Spliced into humans. It hungered, not for control, for propagation. Turning worlds into hives. Earth was not the first. I rose, no longer David, just a vessel, a fragment, resisted. I stumbled to the surface, dawn breaking, city skyline distant, people oblivious. The itch, gone, replaced by hunger. I shambled forward toward the living. They'd join soon. The sequence demands it. Back at resting fields, the vaults hum like living things. A new tech prep Sector G. Night shift suits him. Quiet, in dreams, no memories. He floats in gel, staring at the sky. Waiting for me. If you enjoyed this technology gone awry story, hit the like button, but not too hard. You don't want to wind up on its bad side. Subscribe if you're new and turn on all those notifications, and if technology allows, we will meet again.